What's going on, guys? It is your motivation guy. That's right, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen. I am back.
Just kidding. I know you guys want to see the real Keith Allen, and I'm about to show you right now. But before I do, let me introduce myself. My name is Christoph. You might know me from our League of Legends channel, but I'll be doing some of our Fortnite stuff here as well. We just finished building this amazing set where we'll be shooting all of our content. I've seen our channels grow from 0 to 400,000 subscribers, and it's all because of you guys and the support you've given us. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. We're gonna keep bringing you guys the best content, and with that being said, let's get Keith Allen in the house.
What's going on, guys? It's your motivation guy. That's right, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen, live in person. I'm so excited, man. I'm in the flesh today. We're at Pro Guy's new studio. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. I'm living my dream, which makes me believe that you're gonna live your dream too. So whatever it is, don't give up. Don't surrender. Go get it. This is your year. So finding a great landing spot with consistent loot, good materials, and a decent population, it can be really, really hard, right? You know, there are just so many options, man. It's just really hard to determine like which ones are actually really good. And that is why today in this video, like right here, we're gonna be going over 5 landing spots that you need to try, but it's with a twist, okay? We're gonna be looking at spots that the top pros land at. So you guys know what these are gonna be, and they're gonna be really, really good. I promise you that, all right? So last thing before we get started, we gotta do the question of the day. You guys ready? Come on now, give me a drum roll. Here we go. Today's question is, what is your favorite landing spot and why? So our pro analysts, they've been falling in love with Lazy Lake. They also like Sweaty Sands since it's a great place to W key, right? So let us know in the comments what your favorite landing spot is and let me know because I'm really, really curious to see what it is. All right, guys, here we go. But before we get into it, if you want to improve your box fights or any aspect of your gameplay, you need to check out ProGuides.com. Okay, so listen, on our website, we offer courses from some of the best pros like Mongrel and Benji, and we're creating new ones weekly. From advanced building and editing guides to scrim courses to controller courses and so much more. We also have a ton of articles and guides to help you guys stay on top of the meta. And finally, on top of all of this, we offer 24/7 on-demand coaching to help you guys improve. If you want to be the best, you got to check out ProGuides.com. Click's landing spot, Pleasant Park, is a pretty interesting choice for solos. All right, so let me get one thing straight. If you're landing at Pleasant, you've already got to be ready to fight. Click's often comes out with anywhere from 2 to 5 kills, right? Except for the rare situation where Pleasant Park isn't contested. However, all right, so this enemy count comes, with good reason, as there are 18 total chests in Pleasant Park. And with the amount of enemies that, are gonna land there and loot up, you'll typically have almost all the loot from Pleasant if you end up on top. Alongside of this, Pleasant Park is relatively centered on the map, so rotations aren't typically a huge issue when you land there. And plus, all this great stuff, right? Like Pleasant Park has an extra upgrade bench, which is super important in the solos meta. With the reduced prices for upgrades, the benefit of using this upgrade bench is better than ever, guys. And it's especially so with a place like Pleasant, which has a ton of materials and a bunch of players who are gonna farm up and also, offer siphon when you kill them. Overall, if you want amazing loot, if you want pretty good rotations, if you want great material and a huge upgrade bench, and you're confident in your ability to fight and win a contested spot, then Pleasant Park, my friends, Click's landing spot is definitely worth a shot. All right, guys, so next up, let's look at another aggressive spot, specifically Lazy Lake, where our boy Benji Fishy lands. Okay, so on top of all this amazing stuff, Lazy Lake has one more great feature, right? Which a lot of people seem to overlook, and that's, my friends, the ability to disengage. All right, so I want you to take a look at the Fortnite map, specifically around the Lazy Lake area. All right, so you might notice right here, for one, that most of the buildings in Lazy Lake are on the edge, except for the 2 central buildings. So this makes disengaging easy if you win your house and decide, for whatever reason, that you don't want to fight. Also, look at all the places around, guys. Retail Row, Misty Meadows, Rivers, the lake, extra loot areas, and so much more, man. These extra features around it make Lazy Lake one of the most viable POI drops, simply due to the fact that you can disengage so easily and you can always still stay in the game if your loot is terrible when you do. So if you're looking for an amazing loot drop with an aggressive playstyle in the early game, but also you don't want to fully commit to W King off spawn every single game, Lazy Lake, my friends, it might be your spot. Mars is a super underrated player on the NA East region who has over 18,000 in earnings, man, and gaining more all the time. He's honestly like one of the most crazy players we've seen, all right, both mechanically and in terms of game sense, and his landing spot is the northmost location, Craggy Cliffs. So there are a few really nice benefits to Craggy Cliffs, okay? Well, all right, so first off, it's a less popular location. Being on the edge of the map, guys, less players are naturally going to land there, right? However, despite this, all right, so Craggy has 20 total chests, 3 campfires in the vicinity, its neighbors, the ocean where there are multiple boats, fishing rods and fishing spots, and possibly the most awesome part is the free shield you get from the slurp barrels in the northern building. So while Craggy is less populated, typically like 1 to 3 other players per game, the rotations can be a bit annoying since it's on the edge of the map. However, the boats help a ton with this, guys, with 3 boats, all right, just north of the POI and 1 west of it. So one little tip for Craggy Cliffs is to try and land at the main north building, right? Where you can find 3 chests and use the slurp barrels throughout the building for shield. So you can save your shield items for late game. This actually does help, surprisingly, since, holding more shield items in late game, that's gonna give you much more opportunity to tank shots, and it might even be the difference between winning and losing. So overall, guys, if you're looking for a pretty secluded spot, all right, with great loot, but, relatively tough zones once in a while, then Craggy Cliffs is a great spot. And it's definitely, guys, worth giving it a try, in one of your next games. So Misty Meadows is another amazing spot for cash cups, all right? And one of the most popular pros who lands here is Zypha from Team Sentinels, all right? Which is the same team Booga represents. So one great thing about Misty Meadows is the option of rotating out. Similar to Lazy Lake, Misty, man, is surrounded by amazing loot spots like the lake, okay? The houses southwest of Misty, the mountains, bridge, and so much more, man. Alongside of this, for box fighters especially, the compact style of Misty Meadows really resembles that of a Happy Hamlet from Chapter 1. Remember that? And it's great for players who prefer those close range engagements instead of just taking 50-50 fights from a distance. And on top of this, all right, Misty sports 24 chest spawns, all right, which is really dope. So if you decide to fight and clear out the area, you're gonna end up having some pretty great loot, man. Misty also has boats, guys, fishing areas, and great rotations to water, which can also help you rotate faster. If you land at Misty, it is really important to note, all right? If you stick around until mid-game, you're probably gonna have to deal with some people rotating in from the south side, especially the mountains just south. So when you're at Misty, you gotta make sure that you're always on the lookout for people rotating in. You got it? Otherwise, if you're looking for a spot with spectacular loot, great rotations, great mobility, and, really just not too many players, then Misty Meadows is a great place to try out. Just hope that you don't run into Zypha because that dude is an absolute beast. All right, guys, so moving on to our last player, we've got the controller legend himself, the 120-point cash cup god himself, Fluffy Dolphin 932. Or Wavy Jacob, as most of you know him. And Wavy Jacob lands at arguably, one of the best spots on the entire map for aggressive cash cup players, which is Weeping Woods. So Weeping Woods isn't really known for its loot, although it's still pretty good in terms of that, but it's more for its insane materials. Weeping Woods has a ton of cars for metal, stones for brick, and obviously the trees for wood, right? All of this makes upgrading weapons at, the easily, accessible upgrade bench. Really easy and convenient, all right? And you already know how OP upgrade benches are, since they not only take 100 of each material to go from green to blue, and 150 from blue to purple. This means to upgrade a blue pump to a spas, making an average weapon one of the most OP things in the game. It only costs 450 total material, which you can replenish in just a few minutes. All right, guys, alongside of this, all right, the loot isn't really that bad either, right? With 15 chests spread throughout the area. But as I said, it's mostly the upgrade bench that makes Weeping Woods so unique. And the ability, guys, to come out with a purple shotgun almost every single time, that makes it a great spot. So we've discussed a lot about the map during this video, so let's quickly recap everything we just talked about. You guys ready? Let's do it. All right, so our first spot from the box fighting legend himself, MSF Clicks. We've got the location Pleasant Park, which is one of the toughest locations on the map, all right? It has solid loot, but a ton of players who are mostly trying to W key. If you're confident in your ability, all right, to fight, I get it, go do it. And get those kills under pressure, all right? Pleasant Park is definitely worth a try. If you are like Benji and you're aggressive and you want great loot, but also, you don't always want to commit to early game fights, then Lazy Lake, guys, might be your spot since it offers more options to disengage than Pleasant Park does. Lazy Lake is great for those players who want to disengage options in case of bad loot or other situations, but also want a W key early on most games. Craggy Cliffs from Mars, man, is our third location. And Craggy is mostly known for being, an edge location with less people, but great loot. But the boats really help with this, and landing here can give you guys a good shot at placement points if you want to come out alive. If you're a bit more passive, but still want a good POI drop with awesome loot, all right, well, Craggy Cliffs might be a good option for you. Our fourth location, my friends, from Senzyfa is Misty Meadows. All right, so Misty has great loot, right? And offers high density for those of you that love box fighting. And plus, Misty offers great rotations into, a ton of other places if you don't want to fight, making it just a really good, well-rounded spot for cash cups. And finally, all right, so our last location on this list from Wavy Jacob is Weeping Woods, man, which is an amazing spot due to its materials and ability to upgrade weapons, right? If you land here, and I mean like right here, and play it properly, then you'll almost always come out with a purple rarity shotgun and some other great loot on top of that, along with maxed out materials. So as you can tell, guys, the locations on the Fortnite map are all unique and everyone has their preference. So we recommend trying out a bunch of crunch, of spots and just seeing, what fits your playstyle the best, okay? Some of you guys might like POI drops. Who knows? Some of you guys might like unnamed drops. Who knows? Some of you guys might like to just W key and some might like playing placement, whatever. Some are just better in game sense and some are better in mechanics, okay? Everybody's different, man. Everybody is unique and just, we really understand that. So don't just copy a pro just to do it, all right? Do what works for you. But you got to see if it works and, just judge from there and find your spot through trial and error, my friends, and study what works for you. Don't give up and don't surrender.
All right, guys, once again, this is your guy. That's right, your motivation guy, your friend, the one and only Keith Allen. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we got so much more coming out in the future. Stay tuned.